Finish this screencast up by talking about two other topics. Let's talk about movement of water through a plant. So we know water is absorbed by the roots of a plant. Oftentimes this absorption is aided by the large surface area created by the little hairs on the roots, the root hairs. The cells of the roots have a higher solute concentration than the surrounding groundwater. So they have more salts and other things dissolved in them. This causes the water potential in the root to be lower than the water potential of the groundwater. Well, water always moves from areas of higher water potential, in this case, in the ground, to areas of lower water potential, in this case, into the root. So the water enters the root. Eventually it goes into the xylem, the water conducting tissues of the plant. The water molecules stick together through cohesion, and they stick to the xylem through adhesion because of their polarity. And this helps to draw the water up the xylem and up the stem of the plant. The water continues to move upward until it reaches a stomate, a little pore on the underside, usually on the underside of a leaf. There, the liquid water evaporates from the stomate. But since the water is connected in chains by hydrogen bonds, when one water molecule leaves as water vapor, it pulls up a drop of liquid water behind it. And this helps to continue the upward movement of the water. It's important to note that within the plant, the water potential is highest at the roots, and it decreases as water moves up all the way to the stomate. Osmosis moves water passively from areas of high water potential to areas of low water potential. Transpiration is an example of this type of passive transport. The plant doesn't have to use any of its own ATP to move water through the xylem. So here we see a diagram showing us the water potentials and how this contributes to transpiration. So in the root cells, the water potential is around negative 0.2. In the stem, it's negative 0.6. Well, negative 0.2 is higher than negative 0.6. Well, we get up to the leaf, the water potential has dropped to negative 1.5. Out in the atmosphere, the water potential is negative 100. So all the way along its journey from ground all the way to stomate and ultimately into the air, the water moves from areas of higher water potential to areas of lower water potential. So there's several factors that can affect the rate of transpiration, how fast it happens. One of those is temperature. Typically, hotter temperatures cause faster transpiration because heat increases evaporation, which in turn increases transpiration rates. Relative humidity. Higher humidity makes it harder for evaporation to occur. So when humidity is higher, transpiration rates are lower. When humidity is lower, transpiration rates are higher. Wind or air movement is another factor. Wind, one, helps to lower the humidity around the leaf and the stomate. Two, it also helps to increase evaporation. Either way you look at it, higher winds cause faster transpiration. Lower winds, lower transpiration. The amount of moisture in the soil affects transpiration rates. When the soil gets very dry, plants tend to age, close their stomates, slow down transpiration. When the soil is moist, plants live and thrive. They keep their stomates open. Transpiration happens faster. And the final factor we'll mention is the type of plant. Different kinds of plants transpire faster than others. Plants that grow in very dry places, like deserts, for example, talk about the cactus, they transpire very slowly because they're trying to conserve water because it's such a precious, rare resource. All right, my very last topic